So today I'm on my way to get pad thai. It is probably my favorite dish ever. It is sweet, it is salty, it is sour, it has all the flavors. No wonder it was rated the 5th best dish in the world. I've been eating pad thai since I was young, and we found out that the fish and chip restaurant near our house was run by a Thai family and they serve pad thai, and I completely forsook my ancestors and only ordered that from then on. It is the best, but its history was pretty surprising to me, and it is definitely not what you would expect. Pad thai may be firmly ingrained in Thai culture now, but it's actually a relatively new dish. While many dishes evolve over time, pad thai is not one of them. It was invented in the 1930s by the then Prime Minister of Thailand and eventual dictator known as Phibun. Leading up to World War II, Thailand had a problem. All of its closest neighbours had been colonized by the French and English, and Japan was starting to advance across Asia. To combat this threat, Phibun decided he had to unify an ethnically diverse country and focus on nation building. He did this in some questionable ways. The country's name was changed from Siam to Thailand, and local dialects and languages were banned from schools, as well as discrimination against ethnically Chinese Thais. To quote someone far smarter and more knowledgeable than me, part of Phibun's nation-building strategy was to develop Thai-ness and impose a Thai great tradition to demonstrate the strength and unity of the Thai nation. But what is a new national identity without a tasty dish to back it up? Because of World War II, Thailand had another problem, a rice shortage across the country. Thai noodle dishes might be super popular now, but in the past it was rice itself that was mainly eaten across the country. However, a bowl of rice noodles uses less grain than plain rice, and when the world is in the middle of a global conflict, efficiency is key.
This is Siam, and it's Siamese rice cakes. She's one of Bangkok's most popular pastry makers. With sure hand, expert touch, and the lack of self-consciousness that becomes a true master, she prepares her delights for our inquisitive camera. In Siam, as elsewhere in the Orient, rice is the #1 staple.
Luckily for Phibun, his housekeeper made a mean noodle dish, and he figured if he liked it, why wouldn't the whole country prefer it to every other dish they already ate? Phibun believed the key to strengthening Thailand was to improve national pride and national diet, and pad thai was the answer. You've got your rice noodles for efficient use of grain, throw in veggies and a cheap source of protein, and it's a nutritious meal, perfect for keeping the population healthy and ready to protect Thailand from any pesky invaders. All of this backs up what I have always known in my heart, which is pad thai is a health food and doctors should be recommending it for weekly consumption. But here's the thing. You're a military dictator during the middle of a world war. Naturally, you're very busy. You've created a great new dish, but when it comes to naming it, you finally run out of inspired ideas. So, you tell it like it is and call it pad thai. Pad meaning stir fry and thai. After, Thailand. The name literally means Thai-style stir-fried noodles. What it lacks in a creative name, it more than makes up for in fish sauce and sugar and lime juice and chili. But, as a Thai chef put it, for a dish to be named after its own country like that clearly suggests an origin that isn't Thai. Yup, pad thai wasn't even considered to be a Thai dish in the country. Stir-fried noodles were a quintessentially Chinese dish, and almost every other ingredient in pad thai isn't native to the country. So, there you have it. Pad thai, one of the most popular Thai dishes, was created by the housekeeper of a military dictator to promote nationalism and nutrition. Learning that my favorite food ever was created by a military dictator kinda blows, but it doesn't stop me from loving the dish now. Phibun was eventually deposed and exiled, but pad thai was too good to give up, so it lives on. And honestly, thank God.
Looks good.
It looks nice.
For extra chili, yeah.
Oh, it's I don't know if my hands are gonna be able to use chopsticks dexterously. Pad Thai. Gotta go with a classic.
Pad Thai is always a good idea.
It does say they use like turmeric root and palm sugar, all the keys for a good authentic Pad Thai. Authentic with a Q. I wasn't gonna film anything about the Pad Thai. That sauce is really good. I'm pleasantly surprised by this market Pad Thai.
The Pad Thai was perfect.
It was perfect. I hope you learned something new, and thanks so much for watching.